Next up is Vrikshasana. From the same position, alternate pressing one heel into the ground while lifting the other heel up. Repeat this again and again as you visualize yourself as a bear and apply Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, and Mula Bandha.
Gadasanam kuryat Vrikshasanam bhavati.
Next up is Vaishyasana. Now stand tall on the tips of the big toes with all other toes raised off the ground if you can. Keep your hands in Hridaya Mudra with index, middle and ring fingers joined together in front of your heart center. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
Keshena padayugalam badhvadishteda domukaha.
Next up is Urdhva Janukarana. Now stand with your heels touching, toes facing outwards and the knees bent in Arimandi posture. Place your hands at the chest, elbows parallel to the ground. Raise one knee up along the center of your body, following along with the respective hand, making a circular motion with both hands again and again. In Sarva Shankari Mudra. Hold onto one knee and pull it up towards your chest. Keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line, engage all three bandhas and visualize yourself holding a baby.
Ekam janurasi alingya statavyam balalinganam bhavati.
Next up is Padapidhanasana. Now pull the foot behind towards your buttocks, holding it with both hands. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Engage all three bandhas.
Sthitvaikasmin padatale karabhyam veshtayettanum.
Next up is Natarajasana. Now hold the sole of the foot from the inside. Lean forward and down as you extend the other arm forward with the hand in Bindu Mudra, index finger and thumb together. As you visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja, perform the Mula Bandha, the root lock.
Uttanapadam grauncham cha marichim veerabhadrakam.
Now repeat Balalingasana on the other side. Pull the other knee in towards your chest. Visualize yourself holding a baby.
Ekam janurasi alingya statavyam balalinganam bhavati.
Now repeat Padapidhanasana on the other side. Pull the sole of the other foot. Pull the other foot towards your buttocks. Visualize Swamiji. Perform all three bandhas.
Sthitvaikasmin padatale karabhyam veshtayettanum.
Now extend the leg back and up while leaning forward in Natarajasana on the other side, visualizing yourself dancing as Lord Nataraja.
Uttanapadam grauncham cha marichim veerabhadrakam.
Next up is Ardha Rechitakarana. From Arimandi, with the heels together, toes pointing upwards and the knees bent. Bring the right foot behind the left, toes down, heel up. Place the left hand at the chest and swing the right arm back and forth like a pendulum. Gracefully move your fingers one by one. Then place the right hand over the nose, uncross your ankles and repeat the movement on the other side. Next up is the skeleton dance. Now visualize yourself as a skeleton as you shake your body intensely. Hold the visualization of your bone structure and move your body widely. Next up is Katichinakarana. From Arimandi, Bring your hands above the head and cross your arms with the palms facing backwards. Turn your hips to the side, open up your arms, cross them back to the center, and repeat the movement again and again. The next asana is Tadasana. Now stand tall on the tips of your toes and raise your hands up above your head. Engage all three bandhas as you visualize yourself as a palm tree and internally chant the new japa Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान्
Now lean forward and down and place your hands on the ground as much as you can as you bring your forehead as close to the knees as possible. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform all three bandhas in Uttanasana.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान्
Next up is Tadakshvasana. As you keep your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, step your feet back into a plank position. Then contract the perineal region, tuck your chin to the chest, and start rotating your head from side to side while visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
गजासनवस्थित्वा मस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नजेत्.
Now lower your body onto your stomach in Bhujangasana. Keep the toes pointing backwards, hands next to your chest, and raise your head up using the strength of your lower back. Open your mouth wide, inhale through the hollow of your throat. As you visualize yourself as a cobra, perform the Mula Bandha.
अङ्गुष्ठनाभिपर्यन्तम् अधोभूमौ विनिन्यसेत्.
Now push your body back up into a plank position and alternate bringing one knee in towards your chest back and forth. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, calmly breathe through your nose in Sahajra Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha in Shashasana.
गजासनसंस्थितो जानुद्वयमागुञ्च्य वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
Next up is Urathasana. From the same plank position, step one foot in between the two hands, jump the front foot back, bring the other one in between the hands, exchanging the feet again and again as you visualize yourself as a chariot.
गजासनसंस्थितो एकैकं पादं पुरोमार्गेण भ्रामयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
Next up is Virabhadrasana. Now keep one foot forward with the knee bent at a 90-degree angle, the other leg extended back straight with the toes pointing outwards. Gaze towards your third eye. Visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra as you perform Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock, and raise your arms up parallel above your head.
इष्टमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Now step the other foot forward and repeat Virabhadrasana on the other side.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
The next asana is Vrikshasana. Now stand tall and bring one foot to the inner thigh of the other leg. Bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra and raise them up above your head. Keep your elbows straight. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha and visualize yourself as a tree.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च जाम्यं पादं निधायतु.
Bring the raised foot to the opposite hip. Join your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center and visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत्.
Now repeat Vrikshasana, the tree posture, on the other side.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च जाम्यं पादं निधायतु.
Move the raised leg to the opposite hip. Repeat Garudasana on the other side.
गरुडासनमावक्ष्ये येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत्.
The next asana is Trikonasana. Now stand and step one foot forward and the other foot far back. As you keep the front toes pointing forward and the back toes facing sideways, extend your arms parallel to the ground, lean forward and down. As you gaze up, visualize yourself as a triangle.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Exchange the position of your feet. Repeat Trikonasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Nikutakakarana. From Adimandi position, heels together, toes pointing outwards and the knees bent. Place your hands at the chest with the palms facing each other. Raise one heel off the ground, stomp it down as you raise the other heel and exchange the position of your hands again and again. The next asana is Angushtasana. Now lower your body down onto the tips of the toes with raised heels, sitting down onto the heels. Keep your knees together. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Visualize Swamiji and start buzzing like a bee on the inhalation and exhalation in Brahmari Kumbhaka as you internally chant the new japa Sadashivoham.
कबन्धासनमित्याहुः गोरक्षासनमेव च.
Next up is Saurasana. From the same position, extend one leg forward, heel down, toes pointing up, hands at the side of your body, palms facing forward in Vara Mudra, with your fingertips just touching the ground. Visualize Swamiji as you perform the Mula Bandha in Saurasana.
प्रसार्य इगम्बादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Next up is Vidhunanasana. From the same position, lean forward and down and hold onto the big toe of the front foot in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Now hold the back heel with the other hand as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and balance.
गुल्फस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
Now extend the other leg forward as you repeat Saurasana on the other side.
प्रसार्य इगम्बादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Now lean forward and down, hold onto the big toe of the front foot. Repeat Vidhunanasana on the other side.
गुल्फस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
The next asana is Brahmajalankushasana. Now keep your toes on the ground, heels raised. As you sit your perineum down on the heels, keep a gap in between the knees. Place the back side of your hands on top of the knees. Gaze in between the palms as you tuck your chin to the chest, contract the perineal region. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो फणा पानी होए वैसे एड़ी दो गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Kapilasana. As you place your knees on the ground with the toes tucked behind, sit your perineum down on the heels. Rest your hands on top of the thighs. Pull your stomach in and up and gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as Sage Kapila Muni as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
उभय पगदली समठ आरावे तिनकी माहिली कोर मिलावे.
Next up is Bhadragurakasana. Maintain the same position. Shift your gaze to the third eye, visualize Swamiji in your inner space, and perform the Mula Bandha.
दोवू पगदली संपुट करे कोरबारली भूपरि धरे.
Next up is Suryasana. As you sit with the toes start perineum placed on top of the raised heels, keep your knees off the ground, bring your thumbs and little fingers together, opening up the palms resembling a lotus flower in Padma Mudra. As you raise your arms up above your head with the elbows straight, gaze through the gap in between the palms and visualize Lord Surya in your inner space as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
एड़ी दो गुदा तरियाने फना पानी बैठक निठाने.
Next up is Mandukasana. As you sit with the toes flat, perineum on the heels, keep your hands on top of the knees and lift your tongue up against the roof of your mouth in Manduka Mudra. Catch the nectar of immortality with your frog tongue as you visualize yourself as a frog. Gaze to your third eye, breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
पादतलो पृष्ठदेशे अंगुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशेत्.
The next asana is Uttana Mandukasana. Maintain the same position as in Mandukasana. Place your hands behind your back, hold onto opposite shoulders. As you gaze towards your third eye, keep visualizing yourself as a frog and keep your tongue in Manduki Mudra as you engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
मंडूकासन मध्यस्थं गुरुपराभ्यां धृतं शिरः.
Next up is Simhasana. As you cross your ankles and sit on the feet, keep your knees wide, fingers spread on top of the knees. Visualize yourself as a lion. Open your mouth wide, stick out your tongue and exhale forcefully as you gaze to your nose.
दक्षिणं सव्यगुल्फेन दक्षिणेन ततेतरम्.
Next up is Padadasana. As you sit with your heels under the perineum, the knees open wide, cross your hands behind your back, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. Gaze towards your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space, and start buzzing like a bee in Brahmari Kumbhaka as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः.
Next up is Kakabhushandi Asana. Now squat and keep the feet flat on the ground with your knees open wide as you bring your arms in and around the back. Interlock your fingers behind. Gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as a crow.
प्रथमे वेसको उकटठाने दोभातपगमी च आने.
Next up is Kalipavasana. Now squat and place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Now bring your knees onto your arms towards your armpits. Then visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Lift your feet off the mat and balance on your hands.
आसन को गुण आशी दूषिता होई तो आची होई.
The next asana is Kapali Asana. Now place your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart as we get ready for the first inverted posture of the sequence. If you have any neck or spine injuries, take it slow with the inverted postures. Same applies if you have high blood pressure. If you need the support of a wall for this asana, set yourself up. Or if you have a partner by your side, they can aid you. Now place your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart. Place the crown of your hand onto the ground, forming a triangle between your hands and your head. Lift your knees onto your elbows and then raise your legs up straight. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space, perform the Mula Bandha.
ईशी शीशा धरती टेकी पगदो वो मिलिवा ऊंचा कुकरे.
Next up is Parshva Mayurasana. As you squat on the toes with the legs together, twist your body and place both hands to one side. Align your elbows with the knee and the hip. Lean onto your arms as you extend the legs to the side. Gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as a peacock. Exhale fully and hold your breath in Rechaka Kumbhaka.
दंडवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकम्.
Now twist your body to the other side. Balance on your arms as you visualize yourself as a peacock, repeating Parsha Mayurasana on the other side.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकम्.
Next up is Bhairaganathasana. As you place both hands on the ground and step the feet back into Talasvasana, step one foot outside the shoulder in between the two hands. Gaze towards your third eye, visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava as you perform the Mula Bandha.
आसन को गुण पीति जाई.
Now exchange the position of your feet, step one foot back and the other one outside the shoulder in between the hands. Gaze up and visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava as you repeat Bhairaganathasana on the other side.
आसन को गुण पीति जाई.
Now step the foot back and place your forearms on the ground in Unmukha Pitasana. Slightly walk your feet forward, raise your hips, gaze towards your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
भून्यस्तौ जानुनि हस्तौ चतुष्पदमवाङ्मुखम्.
Next up is Vasishthasana. From Talasvasana, rotate your body onto one arm and raise the opposite arm up towards the sky. Now, visualize yourself as Sage Vasishta as you perform the Mula Bandha. Keep your core engaged.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठमरीचिहलमत्स्यकम्.
Rotate your body to the other side. Raise the arm up. Repeat Vasishthasana on the other side.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठमरीचिहलमत्स्यकम्.
The next asana is Anjani Asana. Now come to a seated position with the legs extended in front. Place your hands underneath the buttocks with the palms facing up. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Hanuman as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
दोवू करके उभय हथेली कोरवारली मेले भेली.
The next asana is Paschimottanasana. With the legs extended forward, lean forward and down from the waist. Hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. Engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जानो परिललाटन्तो पश्चिमं ताणमुच्यते.
Next up is Ugrasana. With the legs straight, clasp your hands behind your back, behind your head, and lean forward and down. Bring your head as close to the knees as possible and your elbows outside the knee. As you visualize Kali in your inner space, perform all three bandhas.
स्वपाणिभ्यां दृढं धृत्वा जानो परिशिरोऽन्यसेत्.
Next up is Marichi Asana. As you sit with your legs extended, bring one heel to the groin with the knee raised. Reach your arm in and around the raised knee. Clasp your hands behind your back. Lean forward and down. Bring your head towards the knee as you visualize yourself as Sage Marichi.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now drop the raised knee to the side. Keep your heel at the groin. Lean forward and down, holding onto the foot. Gaze to the nose. Visualize Swamiji. Exhale fully and hold your breath as you perform Mahamudra Bandha in Mahamudrasana.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे.
Now extend both legs forward. Bring the other heel to the groin with the knee raised. As you repeat Marichyasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च भरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Drop the knee to the side, lean forward and down, hold onto the front foot. Perform Ortho Bandhas in Mahamudrasana on the other side.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे.
Next up is Padmalasana 2. As you sit and bring the soles of the feet together with the heels close to your perineum, keep your knees wide, hold your feet firmly with both hands. As you gaze towards your third eye and push your knees down by the strength of your groin. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Keep breathing in Hrichaka Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
गुल्फौ तु वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत्.
The next asana is Gvalipavasana. From Bhadrasana, extend your feet slightly away from the body. Place your hands on the respective knees. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji. Perform Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock. Keep internally chanting Mahasadashivoham.
पूर्व चरपट चौक कख्यो सोई वाही विधि जो कीजे सोई.
Next up is Joni Asana. As you sit and keep the soles of the feet together with the heels close to the perineum, visualize the Yoni Mandala, the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti, projected on screen. As you gaze to the nose, hold the soles of the feet and lean forward and down. Bring your forehead to the feet as you perform the Mula Bandha.
दो पगतली संपुट करे एड़ी मेड के ढिंग धरे.
Next up is Midakipavasana. As you extend your feet away from the body, with the toes apart and the heels together, extend your arms to the side, and then lean forward and down. As you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पूर्व विधि परिपगतली संपुट शोल एड़ी मिली राशे.
Next up is Siddha Samadhi Asana. As you sit and keep the toes together, heels apart, bring your arms below the shins and extend them out as you keep your palms facing up. Bring your forehead to the ground above the feet. Try to bring your toes towards your throat if you can. As you gaze to the nose, visualize Lord Surya in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
दो वो पगतली संपुट करे 16 मेढ़ आगा में धरे.
Next up is Chinakipavasana. As you sit and keep the heels together, toes apart, heels close to the perineum, hold the feet with your hand and open them up like a book. Press your elbows onto your thighs. As you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो बगा की एड़ी धरती मगिवा मेढ़ लगावे.
The next asana is Charapata Chokasana. As you sit and bring the soles of the feet together, heels at the perineum, with your hands on the knees, gently push them down towards the ground. Gaze towards your third eye, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
दो वो पगतली संपुट धारे आगा ने कर जारे पसारे.
Next up is Bhairavasana. As you sit and bring the soles of the feet together with the knees open wide, lift your heels up and bring the toes down to the mat. If you can use the support of your hands if needed. Then place your knees on the mat, hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava as you engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Bhairavasana.
गुल्फौ संपीड्य जान्योन्यं व्युत्क्रमेणोत्थितं शनैः.
Next up is Samanasana. Now sit with one heel at the perineum. Lift and hold the other foot and pull it towards your chest. Gaze to the third eye as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
समानासनमावक्ष्ये सिद्धमन्त्रादिसाधनात्
Next up is Apanasana. Now bring one foot over top of the respective shoulder as you extend the other leg forward with the hands down on the ground beside you for balance. Gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha.
केवलं पादमेकञ्च स्कन्धे चारोप्य यत्नतः.
Next up is Samanasana on the other side. Bring the other heel towards the groin, opposite foot towards your chest. Gaze to the third eye and visualize Swamiji.
समानासनमावक्ष्ये सिद्धमन्त्रादिसाधनात्
Now repeat Apanasana on the other side. Bring the other foot over top the shoulder. Extend the opposite leg. As you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
केवलं पादमेकञ्च स्कन्धे चारोप्य यत्नतः.
The next asana is Gomukhasana. As you sit and cross one leg over the other, stacking the knees, placing the heels at the outside of the hips. Interlace your fingers and place them on top of the knees. As you gaze to your nose, visualize the face of a cow. Breathe in Sitkali Kumbhaka, hissing through your teeth as you place your tongue against the palate of the teeth. And internally chant the new japa, Om Nithyanandoham.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्फं तु पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजयेत्.
Next up is Anasuyasana. From the same position, hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya as you perform Ujjana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
दक्षिण गोडों नीचे उठाने, बाहों ताके ऊपर आने.
Now interlock your fingers behind your back, lean forward and down. Bring your chin over the knee, nose towards the ground. Gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana too.
जीमना गोदा की संधि, ऊपरी डावा गोडा की संधि.
Next up is Garudasana too. Sit on the ground with one heel pressed against your perineum, the opposite foot flat in front with the knee raised towards your chest. Keep your hands on the knees, gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as Lord Garuda as you perform the Mula Bandha.
द्वारिणी चाहिए.
Next up is Nadadasana. As you sit and place your perineum on top of one heel, interlock your fingers behind your head and twist your elbows outside the raised knee. Gaze towards your third eye, visualize yourself as Sage Nadada as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पृष्ठजो आम बगदली केरी, भूपरिता हिलका बेफेरी.
The next asana is Matsya Pitakasana. As you place one foot on top of the opposite and wrap the respective arm around the knee, holding onto the respective shin. Extend the other hand straight down and hold onto the big toe in Prana Mudra. Gaze to the nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
वामेन वामाङ्गुष्ठं तु गृहीतं मत्स्यपीठकम्.
Now stack your knees again, the other knee on top this time, as you repeat Gomukhasana, the cow face posture on the other side.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्फं तु पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजयेत्.
Now hold onto the feet, gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana on the other side.
दक्षिण गोडों नीचे उठाने, बाहों ताके ऊपर आने.
Interlock your fingers behind your back. Lean forward and down. Bring your nose towards the ground in Anasuyasana 2.
जीमणा गोदा की संधि ऊपरी डाबा गोड़ा की संधि.
Now repeat Garudasana 2 as you bring the other heel towards the groin, opposite foot flat, knee raised, hands on the knees, visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda.
डाबो पग मोडी एडी माहिलो गुल्फमूल द्वारनी चैदे.
From Garudasana 2, raise your perineum onto the heel. Interlock your fingers behind your neck. Twist your elbows outside the raised knee. And visualize yourself as Sage Narada in Nartadasana on the other side.
पिष्ट वाम पगदली केरी भूपरी ताही लगा बेफेरी.
Next up is Matsya Pitakasana on the other side as you place the other foot on top of the opposite thigh. Hold onto the shin and the big toe. Gaze to the nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
वामेन वामाङ्गुष्ठन्तो गृहीतं मत्स्य पीठकम्.
Next up is Matsyendrasana. As you place one foot on top of the opposite thigh, place the opposite foot flat on the ground with the knee raised. Twist your elbow outside the raised knee and place the hand by the neck as you place the other hand on the ground behind you. Gaze towards your third eye, visualize Matsyendranath, the great sage and master of Hatha Yoga, and don't forget to breathe in Sitkari Kumbhaka.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः.
Now extend the front arm down towards the foot, holding onto the big toe in Prana Mudra. Place the other hand on your ear. Twist backwards, gaze up, visualize yourself as a camel, and keep hissing through your teeth.
आसन को गुण झोलो जाए.
Place the back hand down on the ground. Keep holding onto the front foot as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Sage Matsyendranath in Matsendrasana 2.
इंद्रपीठं जठर प्रदीप्तिं प्रचंड रुक्मंडल खंडनास्त्रम्.
Now untwist your legs, extend them forward and place the other foot on top of the opposite thigh as you twist your elbow outside the raised knee and repeat Matsyendrasana on the other side.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः.
Extend the front arm down towards the foot, hold onto the back ear, gaze back and up towards your third eye and visualize yourself as a camel in Kubhasana on the other side.
आसन को गुण झोलो जाए.
Now, place your back hand down to the ground behind you, twist your body even further, gaze to your third eye and visualize Sage Matsyendranath as you repeat Matsyendrasana 2.
वत्सेन्द्रपीठं जठर प्रदीप्तिं प्रचंड रुक्मंडल खंडनास्त्रम्.
Now, place your feet on top of opposite thighs. Keep your hands on the respective knees, gaze to your nose, and visualize yourself as Lord Shiva as you start breathing in Sitali Kumbhaka, hissing through your teeth as you press your tongue against the teeth. Perform Orthi Bandhas Mahamudra Bandha as you internally chant the new japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
आसनं द्विविधं प्रोक्तं पद्मं वज्रासनं तथा.
Next up is Padmasana 2. As you sit and place your feet on top of opposite thighs, cross your arms in front of the body, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra, gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Goddess Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva.
उत्तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा ऊरु संस्थौ प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Kukkutasana. As you sit and place your feet on opposite thighs in Padmasana, keep your hands in between the thighs and calves, place them flat on the mat and raise your body up off the mat, balancing on your hands as you visualize yourself as a rooster. Calmly breathe through your nose in Sahasrara Kumbhaka.
पद्मासनं सुसंस्थाप्य नान्भोरवरन्तरे करौ.
Next up is Baddha Kiki Asana. From Padmasana, rise up onto your knees and place your palms on the ground with the fingers pointing back. Lean onto your elbows until you find balance, and then raise your knees off the mat. Gaze forward as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
धरामोष्टभ्यकरद्वयेन तत्कोर्परिस्थापितानाभिपार्श्वः.
Now extend your legs back. Keep the hands flat on the ground, fingers pointing backwards. Press your navel towards the elbows. Lean forward, extend your legs up straight as you visualize yourself as a peacock. Balance on your arms in Mayurasana.
पक्षे महादेव मयूरासनमुत्तमम्.
Next up is Makarasana. Now lay down on your stomach. Keep the toes pointing outwards, hands interlocked behind your neck. As you visualize yourself as a crocodile, perform the Mula Bandha.
अथ पक्षे महादेव मयूरासनमुत्तमम्.
The next asana is Shalabhasana. As you lay down on your stomach, place your hands on the ground beside your chest. Raise your legs up and lift your thighs off the ground. As you visualize yourself as a locust, perform the Mula Bandha.
अध्यासशेते हृदयं निधाय भूमौ च पादौ च प्रसार्यमानो.
Next up is Ushtrasana. As you lay down on your stomach and bring your hands to the feet, pull the feet down outside the hip towards the ground. Visualize yourself as a camel as you perform the Mula Bandha.
अध्यासशेते पदयुग्मव्यस्तं पृष्ठे निधाय विधृतं कराभ्याम्.
Next up is Dhanurasana. From Ushtrasana, tighten the grip on your feet, kick your legs back and up, and simultaneously lift your chest up off the ground as you raise your head, gaze to your third eye, and visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bow.
प्रसार्य पादौ भुजदण्डरूपौ करौ च पृष्ठे धृतपादयुग्मम्.
Next up is Bhagasana. As you sit, in between your heels, with the feet flat on the mat, toes touching behind your body, gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji, and internally chant the new japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in Bhagasana.
उल्टा मोड़ी पादौ वैसे बहुरो जुगति करे एक ऐसे.
We're setting up for another inverted posture, so prepare yourself. Place yourself in front of a wall or have a partner ready. Now from the knees, place your forearms on the ground, fingers interlocked, elbows shoulder width apart. Place the crown of your head onto the ground, holding the back of your head. Walk your feet forward, raise your hips until they align with your shoulders, and then lift your legs off the mat. Pull your knees in towards your chest, as close to your chin as you can. Squeeze your body as you gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in Gohyasana.
दो हाथ की कहुनी जोजी पुण्य कलाई जाने दोई.
Next up is Shirshasana. From Gohyasana, extend your legs up straight, gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji.
विपरीतं मण्डलं च द्विधैव विदितं हिनः.
Gently lower your body down, come to a seated position with your legs forward. Get ready to enter a sequence of rapid exhalations and intense core exercise. As you sit with your hands behind the calves, stretch your legs out and up. Bring your forehead towards the knees and come to a vertical position with your legs. Visualize Swamiji, perform Bhastrika Kumbhaka as you rapidly exhale from your diaphragm. Keep contracting your abdomen and push the air out without inhaling. We're going to keep performing this Kumbhaka throughout the next few asanas.
दो हाथ बग बाहर आने घोड़ा तरे का कसीठाने.
From Podhyasana, we move on to Parighasana. As you sit with your legs extended, bring your hands behind your back and hold onto opposite shoulders with your hands. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a maze.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा पादौ मिलित्वा प्रसार्य
Next up is Naukasana. As you keep your legs extended, extend your arms in front, parallel to the ground. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a boat.
उत्तानशयनं कूर्पराभ्यां भूमिमौष्टभ्य
Keep rapidly exhaling as you join the soles of the feet together in front of your body. Scoop the hands below and pull the feet towards your chest. Balance as you gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as Lord Rudra in Rudrasana.
पकदली सम्भूटकरिहातस्योपक उचाजी.
Now breathe calmly. Lay down on your back with the feet flat, knees raised. Place your hands on the ground behind your heels with the cup palms facing down. Now push your hips up. Contract the perineal region. Tuck your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha as you perform Mudra Kumbhaka, exhaling while keeping the throat lock engaged, infusing a state of swooning, intensely pushing the Kundalini Shakti up in the head region. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Unmukha Pitasana too.
ऊर्ध्वे च जानुनी कृत्वा शवित्वोर्ध्वमुखं तथा.
Next up is Shivasana. Lay down flat with your hands by the sides of your body, palms facing up. Forcefully pull the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine in Shakti Charan Mudra, all the way from Muladhara to visualize your body is dead, and Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is liberating you. Internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तोषवासनं शवासनं श्रान्तिहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारकम्.
Slow turn to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Rock your body from side to side and sit back up into a comfortable cross-legged position. Congratulations, completed the first 108 asanas of this sequence, which form the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. We request all the participants to make sure your cameras are switched on, are properly lit, so you are actually visible on camera. A security measure, so please follow along with the guidelines. And let us move on to the next asana of the sequence. Now sit in a position that brings ease to your physical and mental space. Place your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale into your stomach and hold your breath as you visualize a flame rising up your spine. Perform the Mula Bandha. Internally chant the Mahavakya for the rest of the sequence as we start the rest of the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama with Yathasana Nishthasana.
पर्यङ्कं तत्समाख्यातं यतसंस्थं यथा स्थितिः.
Next up is Samasana. As you sit in a cross-legged position with your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra, take a long deep inhalation and hold your breath. Then exhale deeply and inhale deeply again and again as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next up is Muktasana. As you place the left foot against the genital region and the right foot over top the left, keep your hands downwards on top of the knees. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as a sage liberated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Mula Bandha.
निपीड्य सीविनीं सूक्ष्मां दक्षिणेतरगुल्फतः.
Next up is Siddhasana. Siddhyasana. Maintain the same position. Switch your gaze to the ground in front of you. Perform all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
वामपादके स्थितासुकोट.
Next up is Rudrasana 2. As you keep your legs in the same position, rotate your hands on top into Bindu Mudra. Gaze towards your third eye as you visualize yourself as Lord Rudra, the fierce dimension of Shiva.
वामचरणपरि दक्षिण राखे एकजुगति ऐसे विदिदाखे.
Next up is Santadhunasana. As you maintain the same position, switch your gaze to the nose and embody tranquility and an unshakable nature.
आसन की गुण मन कीर्तन चलता मीट.
Next up is Siddhasana 2. As you maintain one heel on top of the other, bring your hands to the navel and cup one palm over the other, resembling a lotus flower in Samputta Mudra, as you in your inner space.
ऋजुकाय समासीना सिद्धासनमुदीरित.
Next up is Bandha Yoni Asana. Maintain the same sitting posture. Set the sankalpa to manifest through the womb of creation. As you get ready to enter Shanmukhi Mudra, all the five senses with your hands. Exhale deeply. Close your mouth with ring the nostril with the middle fingers, the eyes with the index fingers, and the ears with the thumbs.
यत्र मध्ये महादेव बन्धयोन्यासने शृणु.
Next up is Virasana. As you place one foot on top of the opposite thigh and keep the other foot below the opposite thigh. Place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra and embody the space and state of bravery.
एकं पादमथैकस्मिन् विन्यस्योरुणि संस्थितः.
Next up is Valmikasana. Now keep the left heel on the right side of the regenerative organs with the toes underneath the thigh, and place the right foot on the left leg with the toes by the knee. Place your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra. Gaze to your third eye and visualize sage Valmiki, the great poet and author of Ramayana.
डावा पग की पगतली पुनिएड़ी है जो या.
Next up is Joni Mudrasana. As you keep your legs in the same position, switch your hands, rotate your hands on top of the knees, keep them flat on the knees as you gaze to your nose and visualize Yoni Mandala, the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti.
वामपाद पगतली कोर.
In the same position, third eye, and keep visualizing Yoni Mandala.
योन्यासनं पर्वतेन योगं योगफले कालफलयावदेव हि.
The next asana is Bhadrasana 3. As you sit and bring the soles of the feet together in front with the heels close to the perineum, hold them firmly with your hands and push your knees down towards the ground by the strength of your groin. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Lord Veerbhadra as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत्.
Next up is Aghorasana. As you keep the soles of the feet together with the heels at the perineum, press your tongue up against the roof of the mouth in Kechari Mudra, or even higher towards your third eye, along the nasal tract, if you can. Now cover your mouth with the right hand. Close the left nostril with the index finger. Inhale through the right nostril. Close both nostrils and hold your breath. Then exhale through the left and repeat on the other side in Abhyantara Kumbhaka. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as an Aghori.
कहो बिश्रिका जोई वाही विधि जो कीजे सोई.
Pavasana. As you bring the feet together in front, toes together and heels apart. Place your elbows on the heels, rest your chin on the palms. Gaze towards your nose as you engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. And exhale fully in Rechaka Kumbhaka, visualizing yourself as a female elephant drinking water.
ग्वाली पावा आसन कख्यो है जैसे याहू में जाने विधि तैसे.
Next up is Padasana. As you sit with the knees raised, arms between the thighs and calves, interlace your fingers feet off the mat. Gaze towards your Normandy space.
ततोर्ध्वं रेचयेत् वायुं वृतं.
Next up is Gopi Chandasana. As you interlace your fingers around the feet with the soles together, with the toes at the groove of your throat. Keep your heels to your chest, chin on your hands, and gaze to your nose, embodying the state and space of a king.
दीपकांगूठा कंठोपराशे.
Next up is Uttarasana. As you sit with the soles of the feet together, insert the hands underneath the legs and hold the feet with interlocked fingers. As you bring the feet up towards your chest, your head down, touch the chin to the soles and gaze to your nose as you visualize your body free from any defects.
द्वौ भगदली संपुटटाने उभय हस्तकरिवरद हिताने.
From the same position, lift your feet in front of your face. Bring the interlocked fingers above the forehead as you visualize yourself excelling in everything.
द्वौ भगदली जोड़ी संपुट करे.
Next up is Bhudrasana. From a seated position, lift both legs over top of the respective shoulders. Bring your arms underneath the legs and up. Interlace your fingers around the back of your neck. As you visualize yourself as a cobra, perform the Mula Bandha.
शिरासनं तु विज्ञेयं कक्षासनम् अतः परं ग्रीवासनं च परमं भुजासनं ह्योच्यते.
Next up is Kalyanasana. Maintain a seated posture. Raise your legs up and bring your elbows under the knees as you wrap your arms around the back and clasp your palms. Gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as a beautiful, auspicious goddess.
दो हाथ भगमी च आने तिनको गोड़ा नीचे ठाने.
Next up is Sankatasana. As you sit with the left knee on the mat, place the left foot flat and place the perineum on the left heel. Raise your right leg over top the left and bring the right heel to the left hip. Place your hands on opposite knees as you visualize yourself as gaze in Vaishnavi Mudra with open eyes, not focusing on any external objects, only focusing on the object within as you breathe in Ujjayi Pranayama, making an ocean-like sound with your mouth.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं संन्यस्य धरणितले.
Next up is Dhenukasana. From Sankatasana, slide the left heel outside the hip, sit on the ground, place your hands on the top knee. Visualize a cow in your inner space as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
अनुषागी नगर पंजडं वृषीलिंद कल्यम्नी.
Next up is Matsyendrasana. As you place the right foot on the left thigh and the left foot on the right knee, bring the left hand behind your back and twist your body to hold onto the right thigh. As you place your right hand on the left thigh, twist your body even further. Gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Matsyendrasana.
वामजंगभरत चिनटाने वामहस्त पिष्टि दिशाने.
Next up is Matsyendrasana 2. Hold on to the feet as you first untwist your body and then lean forward and down, placing your forehead on the ground as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम जीमणो चरणजोयी वामजंग परिराखे सोई.
Next up is Guru Asana. As you maintain the feet in the same position, interlock your fingers and place them on the top knee. Engage all three bandhas and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ऊर्मूलेतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशगुल्फं संस्थाप्य
Now repeat on the other side. As you place the top of the right foot on the mat, sit on top of the right thigh and stick the left knee over top of the other. Keep your hands on opposite knees and visualize yourself as an elegant swan.
वामपादं जितेर्मूलं सन्न्यस्य धरणीतले.
Now slide the right heel outside the hip on the ground. Visualize a cow in your inner space as you perform Uddiyana Mula Bandha.
अनुषागिनं वृषीरिन्दकल्यं नीम्.
Now on the right thigh and the right foot on the left knee. Twist your body in the other direction as you repeat Machandrasana on the other side.
वामजङ्घभरतचिनटाने वामहस्तभिष्टीति साने.
Untwist your body, hold onto the feet and lean forward and down as you repeat Machandrasana too.
प्रथमजीमणो चरणजजोयि वामजङ्घपरिराखे सोयि.
Raise up, place them on the top knee. As you engage all the Swamiji, your Guru Asana.
ऊर्मूलेतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशगुल्फं संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Parshasana. As you sit on the ground, opposite hands and pull them in towards your chest. Keep your tongue up in Kechari Mudra and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय जानुनिवृसि निधाय.
Next up is Bodha Shukrasana. As you keep your feet flat on the mat, wrap your arms around the legs and hold on to the opposite wrists. As you place your chin on the knees, gaze towards the nose and realize being in an abode of bliss.
दोभूपकदली भूपरिधरे कोरमाहिलीय शेखरे.
Next up is Kurakatasana. From the same position, place your arms underneath the knees and hold on to the opposite elbows. Gaze towards your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो हाथ पग बाहर जावे घोड़ा नीचे ले टहरावे.
Next up is Sumati Asana. Keep holding onto your elbows beneath the knees and cross the right left with the toes pointing. Gaze to your nose and visualize the great sage and Maharishi Sumati Asana.
मूलद्वारी धरती डाने.
Next up is Dandasana. As you extend your feet out straight and raise your arms straight up above your head with interlocked fingers, wrists pointing outwards. Your nose, visualize Swamiji and engage all three bandhas Mahamudra Bandha in Dandasana.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next up is Arambhasana. As you sit with your legs straight, hold onto the big toes with index and middle fingers. Lean your chest head to the knees. As you breathe in Nadi Shodhana without the support of your hands, inhaling through one nostril and exhaling through the other alternatingly, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दोभूपक मिलवा पसारी पगा का अंगूठा पकड़ी लीलाट गोड़ा लगावे.
Next up is Bidokasana. As you sit with your legs straight, extend your knees slightly upwards. Bring one hand distance between the heels and bring your shoulders down. Wrap your hands in and around the legs and hold onto the soles of the feet from the outside. Gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथम बैसी दो पाव पसारी कछुक उर्द को कुरड़ ओडारे.
Next up is Jalandhari Kava. As you extend both legs together, place your chin onto the heels and extend your arms below the shins with the palms facing up. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
दो वेड़ी मेली सारी.
The next asana is Urdhva Paschimottanasana. As you sit and extend both legs out, lift one foot behind the neck, lean forward and down as in Paschimottanasana. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform Pratyahara Pranayama, where you focus on the prana flowing up along your body through 9 points as revealed by Mahadeva. The soles of the feet, the regenerative organs, the navel, the heart center, the throat, the uvula, the center of the eyebrows, the top of the forehead, and the crown of the head, the Brahmarandra.
पश्चिमतानवत् संसिद्धिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्.
Antasana. As you sit, as you lay on your back, straighten your spine, leg behind your neck, hold the foot behind your head as you gaze at the nose and visualize yourself as being infinite, endless, eternal.
उत्तानशयने एकैकं पायि ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य.
From Anantasana, roll onto the side of the hand, holding onto the foot. Feel in complete control in Ankushasana.
उत्तानशयने एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्.
Up is Dhrushasana. As you lay on your back, pull your knees in towards your chest. Hold them with your hands and rock your body from side to side as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानशयनं जानुनी हृदयवष्टम्भ.
Now repeat Urdhva Paschimottanasana on the other side. Pull the other leg behind your neck, lean forward and down. If you can't bring the leg behind your neck, you can bring it over your shoulder or pull it towards your chest or just cross it over your knee and lean forward and down. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you do so.
पश्चिमतानवत् संसिद्धिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्.
Now repeat Anantasana on the other side as you straighten your spine and lay down on your back. Visualize yourself being unending.
उत्तानशयने एकैकं पायि ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य.
Now roll onto the side of your elbow and repeat Ankushasana on the other side as you gaze to your nose and feel in complete control.
उत्तानशयित एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्.
Next up is Yoga-Nidra. As you lay on your back, lift your legs one by one up behind your head. Hold your hands behind your back as you gaze at the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space, still focusing on the upward flowing prana.
पादाभ्यां वेष्टयेत् कण्ठं हस्ताभ्यां पृष्ठबन्धनम्.
Next up is Atma Ramasana. As you lay on your back, Raise your legs towards your head and wrap your hands around the legs, interlacing the fingers behind your neck, gazing towards your nose and visualizing Lord Vishnu blessing you from within.
Atma Rama Asana Pratamaso Dhosove.
The next asana is Kotrikasana. As you lay down on your back, pull your knees in towards your chest, and then extend your arms out to the side at shoulder level. Keep your palms facing up, gaze to the third eye, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो हाथ सीधा सा करे 300 उबे सपा करे.
The next asana is Jatala Parivriti. This asana consists of 3 steps. We are going to perform the first 3 steps and then repeat them on the other side. As you lay on your back and pull your knees to the chest and extend your arms out to the side at shoulder level, this is the neutral position. Now bend one knee to the side and extend the opposite knee down. This is the first step. Bend both knees to the side. This is the second step. Then extend both legs to the side and hold onto the feet, gazing in the opposite direction. This is the third step. Now hold the visualization of Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha as we return to the neutral position and repeat the steps on the other side. So pull your knees in towards your chest. Then drop the other knee towards the side, extend the opposite leg down. Bring both knees bent to the side and then extend both legs to the side. Hold the feet and gaze in the opposite direction.
परिवृत्ते कोक्ष भागे त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तितः.
Next is the Dviparapitam. As you lie on your back, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground. Hold your ankles and lift your hips up. Gaze through your nose and visualize yourself as sturdy as a bridge. As you perform Murcha Kumbhaka with Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha engaged.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वपीठः सर्वबलप्रदम्.
Next up is Paryankasana. As you lie on your back and place your feet flat on the mat, bring your arms over your head and place them flat on the mat as well with the fingers pointing towards your feet. Now raise your entire body off the mat and visualize yourself as sturdy as stone furniture as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahaja Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानशयनं हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Next up is Shvotanasana. As you lay on your back with your knees to the chest, place your hands on the shoulders and move your hips in a circular motion. Visualize yourself as a dog, playfully rolling around on its back as you perform the Mula Bandha.
शवच्छरीरं संस्थाप्य जानुनी सम्मील्य नाभोवाणिज्य.
Next up is Viparita Karani. As you lie supine and raise your hips and legs up, keep your elbows and hands extended on the mat below, helping you balance your body as you keep your legs raised straight. Then move your legs in a circular motion. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
भूतले सुशिरो दत्त्वा विनये च.
Next up is Viparita Karani 2. Now stop the movement of your legs. Be straight as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
करणी विपरीताख्या सर्वाधिव्याधिनाशिनी.
Next up is Langarasana. As you lay on your back, lift your hips, take your feet over your head with the toes on the floor. Keep your hands stretched on the ground behind your back, the palms clasped in Padusha Mudra. Rest on your neck and shoulders as you visualize yourself as a plow.
नरकासने स्थित्वा नासिकाप्रदेशे भूमौ पादपृष्ठे स्थाप्य.
Next up is Shaita Paschimottanasana. As you lay on your back, with the legs over your head, the toes pointed down to the ground, hold onto your feet and keep your arms and legs straight. This is one of the 84 different asanas revealed directly by Lord Paramashiva himself. Perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha in Murja Kumbhaka.
तानं शयित्वात् कुर्वीत शयितपश्चिमतानकम्.
Next up is Supta Konasana. As you keep your hips over the shoulder level and hold onto the feet, spread your legs wide apart and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
परिवृत्ते कोक्षे भागे त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तितः.
The next asana is Chakrasana. Join your feet together above your head, hold onto the ankles and keep your arms and legs straight as you roll onto your back, visualizing yourself as a chakra, a wheel.
शवासनस्तद्वौ पादौ कुर्यान्मस्तकतः परौ व्युत्क्रमेण ततः शीघ्रमेतत् सर्वस्य साधनम्.
Next up is Supta Prasadita Balangushtasana. As you lay on your back, extend your legs straight up and hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. As you then open your legs wide to the side, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now join your feet back together above your body, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra with arms and legs straight in Supta Padangushtasana as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Matsyasana. From Supta Padangushtasana, move your legs into Padmasana, lay on your back and hold onto opposite elbows over top of your head. Gaze to the nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu in Matsyasana.
मुक्तपद्मासनं कृत्वा उत्तानशयनं चरेत्.
We move on to Parasharamasana. From the same position, Place the backside of the right hand onto the left palm over top of your head. Gaze to your nose and visualize Lord Rama in your inner space.
प्रथम करे पद्मासन आछे सूधो सोवे भूपरि पाछे.
Next up is Sarvangasana. As you lay on your back with the legs in Padmasana, lift your hips and legs up. Place your hands to the hips for support with the elbows on the ground. Gaze to the nose and tuck your chin to the chest as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
अथवा क्षेत्र संक्षेपात् सर्वांगासनम् उत्तमम्.
Next up is Vrishchikasana. As you lay on your back, place one foot on the opposite thigh, lift the other knee towards the head, and extend your both arms up above your head with the fingers hooked forward. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize yourself as a scorpion.
प्रथमशयन सूधो शीर्षकेशिकी संधि सुदाखे.
Now exchange the position of your feet as you repeat Vrishchikasana on the other side.
प्रथमशयन सूधो शीर्षकेशिकी संधि सुदाखे.
Next up is Vrishapadakshipasana. As you lay on your back and interlace your fingers around your neck, lift both feet off the ground and keep them up as you pull one knee in towards your chest back and forth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you breathe through your nose into Sahadra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अङ्गुलिभिः कन्दरां बद्ध्वा.
Next up is Marottanasana. As you lay on your back, with the hand by the hips, lift your knee up towards your ear, back and forth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
श्रोतानवत् संसिद्धीकृत्य येन कर्णयोः संस्पृशेत्.
Next up is Vrikasana. As you lay on your back, with the soles of the feet flat on the ground, stand up and sit back down as you visualize yourself as a wolf.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
Next up is Luthasana. As you lay on your back, quickly throw your legs up above your head and complete a roll over. Finish in a prone position. After you repeat this again and again, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानशयनं पादौ शिर उल्लङ्घ्य भूमौ स्थापयित्वा.
As you lay flat on your belly, with the toes extended, keep your hands on the ground by the shoulders, contract your lips and make the sound of a flute whistling while inhaling. Visualize yourself as a chariot carrying warriors into a battle for Dharma on your chariot back in Sadathasana.
निजं शयनं कृत्वा नाभिं भूमौ निधाय.
Next up is Dehalyulanganasana. As you place your palms on the mat in a plank position, push your body up and jump your feet forward and back in between the arms. Visualize yourself transcend body and mind.
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्ये चरणद्वयम् उड्डानैव बहिरानि.
Next up is Jatyasana. From a standing position, bend forward and place your hands on the mat. Walk back and forth as you visualize yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant.
जात्यासनं वक्ष्ये येन जातिस्मरो भवेत्.
Next is the Lolitika Karana. As you stand with the knees bent, the feet pointing outwards, bend your elbows, keep your hands at the chest level, and swiftly rotate them around your body as you move your head in all directions. Open your chest up towards the sky. Next up is Sarapasana. Now tie your feet with the rope if you have one available. Stand erect like a rod. Keep your arms at the side with the hands touching the thighs. Visualize your Kundalini, Devi, raising and curling upwards around your body as you perform the Mula Bandha.
सर्पासनं वक्ष्ये वायुपाणाय केवलम्.
Next up is Ushra Sadhanasana. While standing on the mat and then stand on your hands. Hold the toes from the front as you visualize yourself as a camel and start walking around on the mat.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Ashvasana. While standing, place all fingers on the mat and then stand on your hands, holding the feet from the side. Now visualize yourself as a horse and start walking around.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Kapota Nitakasana. As you stand straight, with the feet together, interlace your hands behind your back and pull them down towards the calves. Open up your chest as you visualize yourself as a soaring bird diving.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय पृष्ठभागेन हस्तौ जङ्घापर्यन्तं नीत्वा.
Next up is Tala Pushpaputam Karana. As you stand tall, put the palms together in Namaskara Mudra. Gently bend your knees and keep the toes pointing outwards. Simultaneously open up the palms and raise one heel off the ground as you slightly lower the waist and shoulder of the respective heel and visualize you're holding a bouquet of flowers and offering it to Paramashivam. Next up is Khadgasana. Now visualize yourself as a rhinoceros. Gaze through your nose and perform the Mula Bandha as you lay down on your stomach and jump your feet up towards your hands and stand. Bring your palms together in Namaskara Mudra, forming the horn of the rhinoceros.
नुद्यसरतमासनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
Next up is the Uttanottanam. As you sit down all the way or as low as you can towards the ground, stand up and sit back down. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. If you want to intensify this asana, you can hold weights.
पुनः उत्थातव्यमसितव्यमिति उत्थानोत्थानं भवति.
Next up is Mursalasana. As you stand on the mat, raise your arms up above your head and jump repeatedly as you visualize yourself as a mace.
सरलं स्थित्वा ऊर्ध्वं बाहु नजेत्.
Next up is Utsheshakasana. From a standing position, pull the sole of one foot in towards your belly. With the other leg, sit down and stand back up. Alternate on both sides. As you gaze to the nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
एकैकं पादतलं कुक्षौ निधाय तिष्ठेत्.
Next up is Parshvajanukharana. As you stand, slightly bend, with the toes pointing to the side. Bend and lift the opposite knee towards the chest. Next up is Tandavasana. As you stand on one leg with the arms and the other leg extended forward, sit down and stand back up and visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Next up is Brahmanasana. As you place the left foot on the opposite thigh, stand erect on the mat like a rod and keep your hands at the sides as you visualize Lord Brahma blessing you from within.
ब्राह्मणासनम् आवक्ष्ये यत् कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
The next asana is Garudasana 3. As you place the foot on the opposite thigh, twist your leg around the leg, wrap the left leg over and around the right knee, tuck the left toes on the other side of the right calf as you simultaneously cross the left arm below the right and bring your palms together in Namaskara Mudra. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहस्गारुडमेव च.
Next up is Ekapadasana. As you stand straight on the right leg, bring the left foot onto the opposite thigh. Keep your hands relaxed by the knees and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च.
Next up is Dhruvasana, the pole star posture. Now stand on one leg and hold on to the big toe of the other foot as you extend the opposite leg out to the side and rotate on the standing leg quickly, visualizing yourself as a North Poster.
येन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा.
Next up is Trivikramasana, the 3 steps of Lord Vishnu. As you stand on the right leg and lift the left foot behind your neck, stand tall and alternate sitting and standing as you visualize Lord Vishnu blessing you from within.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Now repeat Parshvajanukharana on the other side. Pull the opposite knee in with a hand in a fist. Now repeat Tandavasana on the other side. As you extend your arms and legs out, sit down and stand back up, visualizing yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Now repeat Brahmanasana on the other side. As you place the other foot to the inner thigh and stand erect on the mat, visualizing yourself being blessed by Lord Brahma.
ब्राह्मणासनम् आवक्ष्ये यत् कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
Now repeat Garudasana 3 on the other side as you stand tall and wrap the other foot over top and behind the leg, intertwining your arms, placing them in Namaskara Mudra as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहस्गारुडमेव च.
Now repeat Ekapadasana on the other side as you place the opposite foot on the thigh and stand with the hands by the knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च.
Now repeat Dhruvasana, the poster posture on the other side. As you rotate on the standing leg, visualizing yourself as the North Poster.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा.
Next up is Trivikramasana on the other side. Pull the other leg behind your neck, sit down and stand back up. If you can't bring the leg behind your neck, you can pull it towards your chest or bring it over your thigh. Then sit down and stand back up on one leg as you visualize Lord Vishnu.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Next up is Samanakakarana. As you stand with your feet close together, the toes pointed slightly outwards. Keep both hands to the side of your body. Arms slightly extended away from the body. Fingers stretched out one by one. Relax after this intense sequence of asanas. As you move on to the final 100 asanas of the sequence. Now stand erect and then bend forward. As you bring both hands underneath the knees, make a finger lock and sit in a squatting position. Let the finger lock touch your navel. Visualize the great sage Gorakhnath, founder of the Nata Yoga Hindu Sampradaya, as you perform the Jivachala Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply and holding the breath as you move the prana throughout your system, up and down and through your limbs by the strength of your will in Gorak Anjali Asana.
प्रथमे बोहोए बाहुरी नीचो पुनिहोवे.
Next up is Kanchi Asana. As you insert your hands between the thighs and calves, then wrap them around behind your butt, squat down and hold your hands behind as you keep your chest upright. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ऊर्मध्यात् हस्तौ निवेशयामि तं धृत्वा.
Next up is Bhairo Asana. As you bring the feet together and sit in a squatting posture with your heels touching the perineum. Hold your hands at the back and sit upright. Gaze to your navel as you visualize Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time.
दो पग की थलिया की माहिली कोर मिलाई.
Next up is Varahasana. As you squat all the way down to the ground, keep your feet together, toes apart, bring your elbows up close to your head, and join your palms over your head with the fingers pointing downwards in Anjali Mudra. Gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu.
पागतली की माहिली कोर मिलाई फना पानी उगड़ मोड़ वही से.
Next up is Prithvitasana. As you keep your heels touching, bring your hips to the same level as your knees. Let your hands hang down, fingertips touching the toes. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पार्श्वद्वये सम्मील्य स्थित्वा नितम्बं जानुप्रदेश आनीय.
Next up is Bakasana. As you place both hands on the mat with the fingers wide, place your knees onto the back of your arms and lean forward and down, raising your feet up off the mat. Visualize yourself as a crow as you perform the Mula Bandha.
हस्ताभ्यां निमोष्टाभ्याम्.
The next asana is Sushtanga Kapali Asana. As you kneel down and place your head on the ground with your hands shoulder width apart on the ground, palms spread wide. Raise your legs up and cross them into Padmasana. As you gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसन को गुण कपाल आछो होई.
Next up is Guptasana. As you sit in a kneeling position, with the top of the feet flat on the ground, in between the heels outside of the hips, with the toes touching behind your back. Gaze through your nose and visualize you are sitting in the secret seat with Paramashiva and Guru.
जानुर्भोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत्.
The next asana is Vrikshasana too. As you keep your hands on the ground, fingers wide, lift your body up straight into a handstand. This asana should be practiced to purify the 7 chakras. If you have a partner available, they can aid you in the performance of this asana. Or you can get the support of a wall as you visualize yourself as a tree with deep roots into the ground.
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासन विशेषकान्.
Next up is Shiva Asana. In the handstand position, bring your hands and feet close together and gaze to your third eye as you visualize Tejas energy flowing towards your third eye and rejuvenating your body.
ऊपकजोड़ी माही गुल्भ मिलाए.
Next up is Matsyasana too. Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, and step your feet back into Tadakshvasana. Then lower your body down and push it back up again and again, visualizing yourself as a fish.
युब्जं शयनं कुर्परो पार्श्वभागाय मूर्धकृत्य.
The next asana is Sarapasana. As you lay prone on your belly, with the hands on the hips, extend your legs jointly and point the toes down. As you keep your hands on the hips and lift your body from left to right, visualize and move your body like a snake.
युब्जं शयनं कृत्वा हस्तौ नितम्बं संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Niralambanasana. As you lie prone on your belly, with your hands in Padma Mudra, the Lotus Mudra, holding onto your chin. Keep your elbows on the ground and your toes pointing back. Feel self-supported and completely independent.
कराभ्यां पङ्कजं कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कोर्परयासुधीः.
Next up is Chaturasana. As you lay on your stomach, place your hands flat on the mat in front Straighten your arms and bend your knees as you bring your feet towards your upper back and lift up your head and chest. Visualize yourself as an umbrella protecting your guru from the sun rays as you perform the Mula Bandha.
अर्ध्यासनवस्थित्वा हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
Next up is Vajrasana. As you sit on the knees with the front of the feet flat on the mat, bring your butt onto the heels, stretch your arm out in front, bring the palms facing down, place your forehead on the mat and gaze to the nose as you visualize yourself as Vajra, the weapon of Indra, symbolizing indestructibility.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next up is Meshasana. As you push your body up into Gajasana, alternate striking the ground with one hand as you visualize yourself as powerful as a ram.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं बाहुं भूमौ ताडयेत्.
Next up is Ajasana. From Gajasana, raise the legs up into the sky and slowly lower your forehead down towards the ground as you visualize yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity.
गजासन संस्थितो पादद्वयम् अन्तराळे कृत्य.
The next asana is Dhanantarasana. As you sit on the heels with the legs together, interlace your fingers around the toes and pull the feet towards the perineum. Then place the hands on the knees. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पूर्व विधि परिहाता की काकसी से फणा शरा मोड़ी.
Next up is the Angamottanam. Now interlace your fingers in front and then behind you. Stretch your arms forward to the sides and backwards, giving massage to various different joints and muscles of your body. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
हस्तयोऽङ्गुलीर्बद्ध्वा हस्तयोः मध्यात् सर्वमङ्गं निष्कासयित्वा.
Next up is Garudasana form. As you sit on your heels in Vajrasana, with your feet turned out to the sides, keep your thighs and knees resting on the ground. Keep your spine straight, hands on the knees, as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda flying Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi on his back.
जङ्घोरुभ्यां दरां बीड्य स्थिरकायो द्विजानुना.
Next up is Ananda Mandirasana. As you sit with your legs folded back, with the toes pointing backwards, knees wide, place the front of your buttocks on the ground. Hold onto your ankles with your hands and gaze to your third eye. Blissful space of a temple.
पक्षे वीरनाथ आनन्दमन्दिरासनम्.
Next up is Mandukasana too. As you sit with the knees wide, feet overlapping on your ankles, keep your hands under the knees and gaze to your nose. Keep your tongue up in Mandukya Mudra as you visualize yourself as a frog and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
पृष्ठं सम्पीड्य गुल्फाभ्यां जान्वङ्ग्य सबलयाकृतिः.
Next up is Narasimhasana. As you keep your toes down on the mat, heels up and together. Place your perineum on the heels. Place your palms on the ground. Spread your fingers wide with the thumbs touching and the base of the hand touching the toes. Gaze towards your nose, stick out your tongue and exhale forcefully. as you visualize Narasimha, one of the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu.
दो फड़ा पानी होय वैसे एड़ी मेलर गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Pishlakasana. As you sit on the toes and place your perineum on the heels, with the knees separated on the ground, cup your palms over your mouth and bring the thumbs underneath the teeth as you close your mouth. Inhale through the right nostril and exhale through your mouth. In Vishlaka Pranayama, as you gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as Devi, victorious over all your fears.
दो उपका की एड़ी जोई घोड़ा फनवान अपनी होई.
Next up is Makarasana. As you keep the soles of the feet together, the top of the feet on the ground, sit on the heels and bend your elbows. Bring your fingers to the armpits and imitate as if you are a monkey scratching itself. As you visualize yourself as a playful monkey, gaze to your third eye and perform the Mula Bandha.
दो वो भगत लाने तिनकी पिष्टि भूमि पर इठाने.
Next up is Vajrasangadasana. As you stand on the toes with the soles of the feet together, sit on your heels with the knees wide and off the floor. Hold your elbows behind your back. As you gaze to the nose, embody diamond-like strength for you and your Sangha, your spiritual community.
प्रथम बना पानी होय वैसे दो एड़ी गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Kanjanasana. As you keep the toes down, ankles crossed, and sit on your heels, place your palms onto the mat to the sides, gaze to the nose, and visualize perfect health beyond any and all physical or mental ailments. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha as you do so.
खञ्जनासनमावक्ष्ये यत्कृत्वा सुस्थिरो भवेत्.
Next up is Kurmasana. Now, as you sit with your feet crossed behind, hands on the knees, stiffen your upper back and neck like the shell of a turtle. Gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for centuries.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधौ व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितौ.
The next asana is Yogasana. With your toes flat, the feet crossed behind, relax your upper back and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
गुदं नियम्य गुल्फाभ्यां व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः.
Next up is Vijyogasana. As you stand on your knees, cross your ankles behind and keep your feet near the opposite knees. Hold your calves with the fingers inside and the thumbs outside. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize a space of eternal oneness Advaita with your Guru and perform the Mula Bandha.
घोड़ा वामो बौ होई, घोड़ा आड़ा राखे दोई.
Next up is Ustrasana 2. Now sit in a kneeling position, bend backwards and hold your ankles with the hands. Keep your arms straight, push your hips forward and tilt your head back as you visualize yourself as a camel.
मेरुदंड ग्रंथि दाढ़्य संविपादय शुपुमान.
Next up is Jatyasana 2. With your heels together, hands on the soles of the feet, slowly lean back, bring your elbows and then the back of your head down to the mat. Gaze to the nose as you experience yourself as a lotus blooming.
दो एडी संपुट करे, सोले मूल द्वार इधर इधरे.
Next up is Vidatasana. As you sit on the knees with the thighs and calves together, lean back and touch your back to the ground, then rise up. Use the support of your hands if needed. As you gaze to the nose and visualize the healing and liberation of all causal subtle forms of your body.
जंगा पृष्ठभूमौ निधाय जंगोद्रजोरुनि संस्थाप्य.
The next asana is Kapotasana. From Vidatasana, raise your hips higher, bring the forearms on the mat and hold the back of the heels as you bring your head in between the feet. Visualize yourself as a beautiful dove as you perform the Mula Bandha.
मेरुदंड ग्रंथि दाढ़्य संविपादय शुपुमान.
Next asana is Vadasana. As you stand upright on the knees with the toes tucked, hold your arms with the opposite hands and gaze to your nose. This is the boon-fulfilling posture. Receive your boon from Paramashiva. Internally chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
जानुनी भूमौ संस्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां बाहु परस्परं धृत्वा.
Next up is Varahasana 2. As you keep your knees together and the toes tucked, lean forward and bring your elbows to the mat, hands holding your head. Rest your head on your hands and your butt on the heel as you visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu.
सूर्यं चन्द्रं भेदनानि आसनानि निकथ्यते.
Next up is Mundasana, another inverted posture. Set yourself up in front of a wall if you need. Then keep your forearms on the ground, elbows shoulder width apart. Interlock your fingers, place your top of the head on the ground, hold your head with your hands, walk your feet forward, raise your hips, and then raise your legs up straight into a headstand posture as you gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as a lob tree.
दण्डासनं वक्ष्ये सर्वेषां प्राणिनां सुखम्.
Next up is Andasana. As you kneel down with your head in between the knees, keep your elbows adjacent to the knees with the hands holding the head. Exhale through the mouth as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम पगतले समटहरावे कोरमाहिली उभे मिलावे.
Next up is Viparita Shalabhasana. You can hold weights if you want to intensify this asana. Now lie on your belly with your arms extended straight out. Lift your thighs, arms and chest off the ground as you visualize yourself as a locust. Perform the Mula Bandha.
शलभासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्ड नामके
Next up is Kapalasana. As you lay on your belly with the arms beside your hips, palms facing down, place your forehead on the ground and lift your entire legs up. Visualize presenting the mind with purified thoughts and the strong will to attain enlightenment.
कपालं भूमौ निधाय ऊर्ध्वं पादौ नयेत्
Next up is Akasha Kapotasana. As you lie on your stomach with your hands to the sides, lift your legs up over your head and slowly place your feet on the back of your head. As you keep your palms flat on the mat behind, visualize yourself as a free
उष्ट्रासने स्थित्वा चरणौ भूमेरुत्थाप्य
Next up is Chatakasana. Sit on your knees and bring your chest down so your navel touches the knees. Keep your hands flat on the mat and your forearms on the ground. Be sturdy. Visualize yourself as a sparrow as you perform the Mula Bandha.
कूर्परपर्यन्तौ हस्तौ धरामोष्टभ्य
Next up is Vrishikasana. As you kneel down with your hands and elbows flat on the mat, raise your legs and bend your back to touch your feet to the head. Lift your chin and hold as you visualize yourself as a scorpion.
विक्षेपपुच्छप्रतिमाङ्घ्रिभाषणे धृत्वा स्वशीर्षे चिबुकं विधार्यकौ
Next up is Vrishasana. As you place your perineum onto the right heel, keep your left foot outside the hip, outwards. Place your hands flat on the mat in front of you as you visualize yourself as a bull. Forcefully inhale through your nose, hold your breath, and slowly exhale in Antaragaka Kumbhaka.
आम्य गुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्
Next up is Lolasana. From a kneeling position, place your hands flat on the mat in front. Lift your knees off the ground and cross the toes of the left foot over the right as you balance above the mat and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
लोलासनं सदा कुर्यात् वायुलोलापघातनात्
Directly place your perineum onto the opposite heel as you repeat Vrishasana on the other side with the other foot turned out to the side.
आम्य गुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्
The next asana is Bala Gunasana. As you place the toes of the left foot to the ground and sit down on the left heel. Place the right foot flat with a knee towards your chest. Keep your hands on the respective knees and visualize Bala Gunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जाई
The next asana is Grahasana. As you squat with the feet flat on the mat, bring your elbows under the thighs and wrap your hands around the shins, holding onto the ankles from the outside as you visualize yourself as the entire planet.
पादतले भूमौ संस्थाप्य जानुमध्ये कूर्परौ स्थाप्य
Now repeat Balagunasana on the other side as you sit down on the raised right heel.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जाई.
The next asana is Utkatasana. You can hold weights if you want to intensify the practice of this asana. As you squat on the toes with the heels up and the knees off the mat, place your perineum onto the heels and your hands on the respective knees. Keep your spine straight. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जो सीयत उर्वजानो यत्रासने पादतलध्वजोपरि.
Next up is Vajrasanga. As you sit on the toes with the perineum on the heels and the soles together, keep your knees wide and off the ground. Hold onto the opposite elbows behind your back and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम बणापानी होए जैसे दो वेड़ी गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Anilasana. As you squat or sit with the feet hip width apart, place your palms flat on the ground and step your heels on top of your hands. Gaze to the nose as you keep your arms straight and visualize you are able to live off of air alone.
दो हाथ भूमि पर टाने कहनी जाड़ी नाभि लगाने.
The next asana is Padukasana. As you place the backs of your hands onto the mat with the fingers pointing towards your body, step your feet on your hands and wrap your hands around the feet. Then start walking around on the mat, visualizing yourself wearing padukas, walking across India.
हस्ततलयोः पादतले कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् गच्छेत् पादुकासनं भवति.
Next up is Kukkutodhanasana. As you place your palms on the mat, raise both feet upwards into the air and let them fall back down again and again while visualizing yourself as a rooster.
हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा पादतले चूर्धमुड्डानं कृत्वा.
Next up is Viparita Nrityasana. As you place your hands on the mat, raise your legs upwards into a handstand and move around on two hands dancing as you feel yourself become free of all inhibitions.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Next up is Kunjarasana. As you separate your feet and place one palm down to the mat with the arms straight, bring the opposite hand to the head and be stable. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, breathe calmly through your nose in Sahasrara Kumbhaka.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य ऊर्ध्वपादाग्रे कुर्वन्.
Now place the other hand on the mat. Repeat Kunjarasana on the other side.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
The next asana is Kadambasana. As you sit on the ground with the feet flat and the heels close to your body, hold the respective ankles with your hands and lift your feet off the ground as you visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life.
पार्श्वभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य हस्तद्वयेन गुल्फौ धृत्वा.
Next up is Pavana Muktasana. As you sit with the heels at the perineum, hold your knees with both hands and press them towards your chest. Visualize any excess vata being released from or balanced within your system.
ध्वजोस्तु पादयोः पाणिं लात्वा स्वस्वनितम्बके.
Next up is Chakodasana. As you sit and lift one leg behind your head, place both hands flat on the mat and extend opposite legs with the knees straight. Lift your entire body off the ground and keep your chin up as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वदानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा
The next asana is Dhanurasana 2. As you sit on the ground, hold the big toes in prana mudra and keep one leg straight and pull the other leg towards your ear as you visualize yourself as a bow. Perform the Mula Bandha.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ पाणिभ्यः आकर्षकाकृष्टं धनुरासनमीलितम्
Next up is Ashtavakrasana. As you lift the left leg over top the left shoulder, bring the right foot across and hook it over the left foot. As you lean forward and down, extending both legs to the side, balancing on your arms and visualizing yourself as a flying crane.
वासिष्ठमदकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वं
Next up is Pranasana. As you place the right foot on the left thigh and bring the left foot flat on the ground, have the left shoulder underneath the raised left leg with the hand flat on the ground and push the right knee down to the mat. Gaze to the third eye and visualize you're immortal and able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः
Next up is Parshvamatyendrasana. Now place the right foot against the left hip with the knee down on the mat. Step the left foot over top of the right knee. Bring the right arm underneath the raised knee and interlock your fingers behind your back. As you twist your body, gaze up to your third eye and visualize Sage Matsindana, the master of Hatha Yoga.
पार्श्वाभ्यां धृत्यते यास्तु पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रमुत्तमम्
The next asana is Chakodasana. On the other side, as you bring the other leg behind your neck, lift your entire body off the ground with the opposite leg extended forward, visualizing yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वदानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा
Now hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra and pull the other foot towards your ear in Dhanurasana 2 on the other side.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि
Now bring the other foot over top the shoulder, hook the opposite leg over top, extending both legs to the side as you balance, visualizing yourself as a flying crane in Ashtavakrasana.
वासिष्ठमदकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च
Now repeat Pranasana on the other side as you place the other foot on top of the opposite thigh and bring the shoulder underneath, visualizing yourself as being immortal, able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यः स चामरः.
Next up is Parshva Now place the left heel at the left hip and step the right leg over top of the knee. Twist your body and bring one arm below the raised knee and interlock your fingers behind your back. Third eye and visualize Sage Matsendana, the master of Hatha Yoga.
पार्श्वाभ्यां धृत्यते यास्तु पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रमुत्तमम्.
Next up is Ardha Paschimottanasana. As you keep one leg straight and press the perineum with the other heel, lean your chest forward and down, hold onto the front foot, bring your forehead towards the knee as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
एकं पादं प्रसाद्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीपनी सम्पीड्य.
Next up is Kraunchasana. As you place your left ankle outside of the hip, hold the sole of the right foot and straighten the foot up in front of your face. Now visualize yourself as a crane as you perform Jivachala Kumbhaka.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now repeat Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side. As you press your perineum with the other heel, lean forward and down, hold onto the front foot with both hands, like in Paschimottanasana.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीपनी सम्पीड्य.
Now bring the other foot outside the hip and extend the opposite leg up in front of the face as you repeat Kraunchasana on the other side.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यमूर्धकुवच.
The next asana is Swastikasana. Now sit with the soles between the thighs and calves. Keep your spine straight and keep your palms resting on the knees. Gaze to the nose as you embody peace, well-being, good fortune and prosperity. Visualize a swastika.
जानोर्वोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे.
Next up is Gorakshasana. From the same position, place your hands over top of the knees, gaze at the nose and visualize the great sage Goraknath, founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya.
जानोर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानो व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Bhagasana 2. Now bring the left heel to the perineum and place the right foot on the left thigh. Now visualize Swamiji, meditate on the enlightened one, Arihanta, as you gaze to your third eye and perform the Mula Bandha before we enter Shanmukhi Mudra. Now close your lips with the ring and little fingers, nose with the middle fingers, eyes with the index fingers and the thumbs with the ears.
वामपार्श्वमुखं संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Yogasana. Now place your feet on top of opposite knees. Keep your hands on the ground beside your body with the palms facing up. Keep your spine straight, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you start breathing in Kakachantra Kumbhaka. roll up your tongue and inhale through the rolled up tongue, mouth in the shape of the beak of.
तानो चरणौ कृत्वा संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनोः
Next up is Urdhva Kukutasana. From Padmasana, place your palms flat on the mat beside your body and press them into the ground to lift your body up. Visualize yourself as a rooster as you perform the Mula Bandha.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यमूर्धकुक्कुटमेव च
Next up is Siddhartha. From Padmasana, insert both hands through the knees and place them on the mat. Avoid lifting your body up. Mat, gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे हस्त दो वो घोड़ासन धरे.
Next up is Hamsasana. From the same position, push your hands into the mat and lift your body up. Gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as an elegant swan.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा स्कन्धपर्यन्तमूरोनि नीत्वा.
Next up is Karam. From Padmasana, in the thighs and calves, the hands behind your forward and down. Interlock your fingers behind your back as you place your forehead on the ground and visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bow.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे घोड़ासन दिमाही कर धरे.
Next up is Kurmasana too. From Padmasana, insert the hands through the thighs and calves. Bend your elbows and hold on to your shoulders with your hands as you visualize yourself as a turtle, having a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years.
बाई जंग पर दक्षिण बावा दाई जंग पर बाई ल्यावा.
From the same position, tuck your chin to the chest, gaze to the nose, and rejoice. You're sitting in Shiva's secret knot posture, Granthi Bhedasana.
अथ वक्षे नीलकण्ठ ग्रन्थिभेद.
Next up is Uttana Kurmasana. From the same position, roll onto your back, gaze to the nose, and embody a turtle laying on its back.
कुक्कुटासन बन्धस्थं कराभ्यां धरम्.
Next up is Pangu Kukutasana. From Padmasana, place both hands through the gap of the thighs and calves, one hand flat on the ground, the other hand holding the wrist. Now push the hand into the ground as you lift your body up and balance, visualizing yourself as a rooster.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मुनिमन्दं धृत्वा.
Now place the other hand flat on the mat, hold its wrist, lift your body up, repeat Pangu Kukutasana on the other side.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मुनिमन्दं धृत्वा.
Next up is Gridrasana. From Padmasana, place your elbows on the toes and interlace your fingers in Padusha Mudra. As you rest your chin on the knuckles, press your thumbs to the throat and visualize you have gone beyond all greed and covetous.
जानोर्भोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानो व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next asana is Padmasana 3. From Padmasana, hold one hand over the other with the palms facing upwards. Keep your spine straight, nose. Engage all three Swamiji in your inner space.
शक्तिस्थितौ.
Next up is Padmasana. From arms on the knees, gaze to your nose and visualize Paramashiva in your inner space.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायुप्रसिद्धये.
Adamukasana 2. From Padmasana, keep one hand on the respective knee and hold on to the opposite big toe as you move it around in a circular. Visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bow, and then repeat the movement on the other side.
अथान्यासनमावक्षे योगपूरकरक्षणात्.
The next asana is Karmukasana 3. As you cross your hands behind your back, hold opposite big toes in Prana Mudra. Gaze through your nose, engage all three bandhas, and visualize yourself as Lord Shiva's bow.
कार्मुकासनमाक्षित्य उदरे पूरयेत् सुखम्.
Maintain the same position in Dridhasana, but raise your chest and gaze to your third eye as you visualize yourself as the action of Paramashiva's third eye, destroying anything you come across.
ऊरुभ्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Nagarasana. From the same position, roll onto your back with the arms crossed behind your back, legs in Padmasana. Try to keep a hold. Gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as a snake as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahasrara Kumbhaka.
प्रथमपने द्वौ हातपाछाने आने.
Now free your arms and legs. As you lay on your back, pull your knees in towards your chest with your hands interlocked in Padusha Mudra. Tuck your chin to the knees as you squeeze your body into a ball in Kandukasana.
वेत्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य.
Next up is Urdhva Pavanasana. As you lay on your back with the knees raised together, feet flat on the ground, hands interlocked under the head, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथमे सूधो सैनकरावे गौड़ा उभा राशि मिलावे.
As you lie supine and raise your hips up, support your hips with your hands on the ground, bearing the weight of your body. Perform Jalandhar Bandha and Mula Bandha. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जङ्घोरुबलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानशिखिपीठकम्.
Next up is Narakasana. As you lay on your back, keep your hands flat on the mat and raise your legs up straight. Lift your entire hips up as well. Keep your hands on the ground, supporting your body as you visualize yourself blissfully traversing through Narakaloka unscathed.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भ.
Next up is Tiranaukasana. From Narakasana, bring your hands to the lower back for support, elbows on the ground, straighten your legs and then slowly lower and anchor them as you keep your core engaged. Visualize yourself as a boat crossing the ocean of samsara.
नौकावत् स्थित्वात् ऊर्ध्वं पादाग्रद्वयं नयेत्.
Next up is Dvajasana. Now place your hands flat on the mat again. Keep your legs straight like a flagpole as you visualize yourself as the Kailasa flag, respected across all nations.
तिर्यन्नौकावते ग्रीवापृष्ठकूर्परैः भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Now look sides of the body in the final asana of the sequence, Mritasana. Pull the Kundalini Shakti up along the spine from the Muladhara to the Sahasrara chakra in Shakti Charan Mudra. Completely unclutch from any micro movements of the body and mind. As you visualize your body is dead, and Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is liberating you. Internally chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तोषवासनं शवासनं श्रमहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारणम्.
Now slowly return to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Rock your body from side to side as you return to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations, you completed the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, all 308 asanas. With this, we conclude today's Nithyananda Yoga session and move on to the power manifestation. So stay tuned It is going to happen right after the session. Let us close the session with a Purna mantra as we sit straight with our head, neck and spine in a straight line, hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, visualize Swamiji as we chant together.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam.
Thank you all, Nithyanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.